Welsh family a silver medal and the USA bronze. United States takes silver.
Regan Smith backs up her Olympic silver.
Silver again to Smith. Curzon the bronze.
Great swim for Claire Curzon.
Smith the silver medal. Burkhoff the bronze.
4 silvers for Regan Smith at these championships.
She's going to do it!
Douglas world gold.
In a championship record time.
Unquestionably golden again.
Heidi Ledecky has sprinted clear.
A 7-time champion.
Look at him go!
All the work to get back and gets it done. A world title. The American will deliver another gold.
A beautiful swim.
Well, once again, welcome to night number 3 of the 2026 TYR Pro Swim Series here in Indianapolis. We're moments away from kicking off with the 200 butterfly, headlined by Alex Shackle, Audrey Dervaux, Tess Halley, Caroline Bricker, and so many more. On the men's side, Ilya Haroun, one of the world leaders in the race. Take it on, Dari Rose, Inza Solitario, your top seed there. And then to the far end we go, the great splash and dash. Gretchen Walsh, Kate Douglas, Anna Mosch, and more in that A final. Quentin McCarty, Van Matthias, and Michael Andrew to face off in the men's side. Isabel Staden, Mackie Wanazek, and all sorts of world-class talent in the women's 200 backstroke. That's just the first half of our evening. We're ready to get started with event 19. Women's 200 butterfly B final. B final of the women's 200 butterfly, Charlotte Hook of Alto Swim Club in lane 1, Finney Wheelahan out of the Tack Titans in 2, Elise Lehman of the Jersey Wahoos in lane 3, Emerson Callis of Quest Swimming in lane 4, Emily Wolf out of the Fishers Area Swimming Tigers in lane 5, Monsa Spillman of the University of Michigan Swim Team in 6, Laney Mullins of Irish Aquatics in 7, and Izzy Bowe of the Academy Bullet Swim Club in lane 8. Wheelahan in lane 2, the 14-year-old out of the Tack Titans who smoked a lifetime best by a lot, making me wonder if my data is up to date. You can get yours up to date by downloading the USA Swimming app, available on all major platforms. 2:15:67 in the morning, unofficially a 6.3 second drop. That leads you to believe the same thing. Are we looking at the right stuff here? Maybe, maybe not, but we're seeing a 14-year-old running away with this B final. Can she hold that pace late? Emily Wolf in lane 5, the 17-year-old out of Fishers Area. She's also very much in the mix. Can she get in on the fun? Wheelahan might have had a soft touch even there because she was way under pace. Now she's having to worry about Elise Lehman in lane 3. The Jersey Wahoo, 18-year-old, 2:14 in the morning. Lehman has been as quick as a 2:10.8. She's pulled within half a body length to the final 50 we go here in this B final 200 butterfly. Wheelahan strong underwater. Lehman searching. Wolf, Spielman, all pushing as we go to the final 25 meters. Can the 14-year-old hold off this veteran field? Here comes Emily Wolf in lane 5. Spielman in 6. Lehman in 3. Lehman's made the pass. And this B final belongs to lane number 3. 2:13:52. Elise Lehman getting the heat win. Emily Wolf in second at a 2:13.60. And another PR for Wheelahan, winning the B final with a 2:13.99. We'll go through the entire night, going BA final for each event. Take just a half beat to talk to our winners, and then we'll go and do it again and again We'll finish the night with the C and D finals, setting us up for what proves to be an exciting final day. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We got all sorts of speed that'll be on display this evening. From the 200 fly to the 50 free, 200 back, and capping it off with the 400 freestyle. It's going to be a great night. Swim fans, make some noise. Here comes the first A final women's 200 butterfly. Introducing your athletes in lane one, a three-time ACC championship finalist from Cavalier Aquatics and Piedmont Family Y, Bailey Hartman. Lane two, Junior Nationals bronze medalist from Carmel Swim Club, Ellie Clark. Lane three, the reigning junior world champion in this event from the Jersey Wahoos, Audrey Tarafa. Top seed in lane four, NCAA silver medalist in this event from Carmel Swim Club, Alex Shekel. Lane five, national championship bronze medalist in this event out of Long Island Aquatic Club, Tess Howley. Lane six, the reigning national champion from Alto Swim Club, Caroline Bricker. Lane seven, an Olympic silver medalist from New York Athletic Club, Alex Walsh. And in lane eight, national championships finalist in this event from Irish Aquatics, Carly Crum. A final of the women's 200 butterfly.
Take your mark.
2:13:47. That's where the line was to make it into this A final. Alex Shackle looked really on this morning. 2:08:00 for Shackle. A great morning swim for her. And it moved her up to the 13th fastest woman in the world in 2026. We have more in store this evening. She's out 28:16. Right on where she was this morning. 200ths of a second difference. Alex Walsh in lane 7 with a huge difference from the morning 28:3 this evening after going out in a 28:7 in the prelims session. Walsh was a 2:13:29, the Olympian in 7. Definitely have something to say about Shackle's lead, as will Daravo and Halley on either side. Shackle always takes it out aggressive. 1:00:22, right where she was once again in the morning. Her PR in this event, 2:06.10, has her as one of the top 40 performers in world history at 19 years young. The Carmel Swim Club leader in 4 has a body length on the rest of this field. Will it hold all the way through to the touch? A little bit of an acceleration on this third 50 from Shackle, and she goes 32.9 on that third 50. Continuing to look really strong, 1:33:1, maybe a little bit off of that prelims pace of 2:08. Daravo has great closing speed. Can she put it on display this evening, or will it be Shackle in 4? Some of the up-and-coming butterflyers are the now. And we're seeing Shackle hold off all charges. She'll win it with a 2:07:37. Another 7/10 of a second knocked off of her morning swim. She climbs to 7th fastest woman in the world in 2025. Daravo 2:08:56 in second, and a 2:09:51 for Tess Howley. A few hundreds knocked off of her morning swim to round out the top three.
The 7th fastest time in the world this year in the 200 fly. You took the lead from the start, great underwaters. What were you happiest with in that swim?
Honestly, just like my perseverance throughout the whole season, like had a lot of up and downs. So to be able to hit 207 again and be close to my best time is just good feeling.
I checked with you. We said we can call this one of your home pools. What is it about the IU Natatorium that allows you to swim your best?
I mean, I'm just really comfortable here, and only 25 minutes from home is really nice. So I go back home in between prelims and finals and just sleep in my own bed. So that's really nice, and I don't know, that's like one of the best pools in the whole country, in the whole world. So.
Well, everyone's happy to see you swim in it, so congratulations.
Thank you.
A spectacular start to our evening. The hometown Shackle takes the 200 fly A final. Sets us up for the men's 200 butterfly event 20 getting staged right now. And we are ready. Event number 20, men's 200 butterfly. B final. Lane number 1, Greg Enoch out of the University of Louisville. 2 is calling gear of the University of Michigan swim team. Andrew Shackle of Indiana Swim Club in 3. Patrick Brannon in lane number 4. Boilermaker Aquatics, Pico Cooper Haviland. And lane 6, Grant Sanders out of St. Petersburg Aquatics. Lane 7 is Boone Wilcox of Lakeside Swim Team. And A.J. Robinson of Texas A&M in lane 8. Leads in 4. Brannon out in a 26.05. A solid 2:00.72 from Brannon this morning. Right at 2 seconds off of his lifetime best pace. Brannon, the ACC championship finalist in the 500 free. Notre Dame camp running 55.6 on the opening 100 meters. Under PR pace, his lifetime best 158.74. All 8 of these men have been under 2 minutes before in their career, but all 8 of them just on the outside looking in the morning. So looking to recapture some of that 2-minute magic. Here comes the magic from another Shackle. Andrew Shackle in lane 3, pulling even with Brannon, outsplitting him by 0.7 of a second on that third 50 with a 30.5. He's a 127.0 to Brannon's 126.8. 0.2 of a second separating your top 2 here in this B final, and it looks like Shackle is taking over the lead. Only a 0.1 of a second off of his lifetime best. He's 157.80. PR coming into this meet. Could he change that right here in this B final? He'll hit the wall, 158.41. A great swim for Shackle and a B final win. Patrick Brannon in second at a 159.16. And a 2:00.02 for Boone Wilcox in third. Swim fans, give it up. It's the A final, men's 200 butterfly. Introducing your A final in lane 1, a YMCA short course national champion out of Schroeder swim team, Dawson Walters. Lane 2, NCAA championship finalist in this event out of Indiana University, Raekwon Noel. Lane 3, NCAA champion out of Sun Devil Swimming, Ilya Haroon. Lane 4, top seed junior national champion in this event from Wisconsin Aquatics, Enzo Solitario. Lane 5, a three-time Big Ten Conference Championship finalist from Wisconsin Aquatics, Dominic Marktorok. Lane 6, an NCAA bronze medalist from the Jersey Wahoos, Henry McFadden. Lane 7, a World Championships gold medalist from Scarlet Aquatics, Dare Rose. And in lane 8, Olympic trials champion in this event from Cavalier Aquatic, Thomas Heilman. A final in the men's 200 butterfly.
Take your mark.
Enzo Solitario had a strong performance in the morning, 157.47 for him, a lifetime best by a few hundredths of a second. McFadden also getting under his PR by a few hundredths of a second. And then Dawson Walters obliterated his PR, but missed breaking 2 minutes by 600ths of a second. We'll see if we can right that ship this evening. Ilya Haroon, one of the fastest 200 butterflyers in the world already this year, out in the lead split, 25-34. Haroon, the 9th fastest man in history in this 200 butterfly event, pushing his way out to the early lead along with Dare Rose of Scarlet Aquatics in lane 7. Rose takes the lead, 54.6 for him at the 100-meter mark, a complete 180 from his morning swim. Rose, a 159.6 in the prelims, but he's a second and a quarter faster already this evening. Does he have even more in the tank for the final 50 meters? Here comes Solitario and Dominic Marktorok in lanes 4 and 5. The Wisconsin Badgers giving chase. They've got 50 meters to flip the script on Rose and Haroon. Dare Rose, 124.6 at the 150. Right on PR pace for Dare Rose. Can he have everything click together here on night number 3 for the A final win? Haroon has made a late pass, taking the lead back. Here comes Raekwon Noel in lane 2, but it's Haroon. 154.96. The 5th fastest swimmer in the world in 2025 is in lane 3, and he throws down with a 154.96. Dare Rose in lane 7 in second at a 156.31. And Raekwon Noel goes a huge lifetime best of 156.62, rounding out your top 3.
It was incredible closing speed that we saw from you, Ilya. Could you see Dari Rose out there, and what were you thinking over those last 50?
I mean, I saw him at the turn, at the 150, and I just knew I just had to push it. But it was a great race between me and him, and yeah, it was just so great.
Wins here in the 100 and now the 200 fly. You're set to represent Team USA soon in October. What are you most excited for that?
I'm just super excited to be with a great group of people, and I'm just happy I'm representing a very strong country. And yeah, go USA.
All right, congratulations. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
Down to the far end of the pool we go. The splash and dash is coming up next. Event number 21, women's 50 meters freestyle. This is your B final. Kaplowski in 1, Larson in 2, Arisman in 3, Lashaweri in 4, Smaliga 5, Curzan 6, Christensen 7, and Kindle in 8. Would you believe that we had 8 sub-25s turned in? That's how fast the 53 was this morning. This B final looking to find some more sub-25 speed. Here they go to the wall. There it is, Claire Curzan. Huge swim, 24.66 for Curzan. Arisman gets under 25, going 24.82. Alashaweri gets under 25 as well at a 24.91. So inflation keeps on moving as the B final finds 3 more sub-25.0s. Something that we didn't ever expect to see, but we saw it, was a swim-off this morning. 3 of them in the guys 50 freestyle. For the right to be in the B, C, and D finals, you'll see the winner of that final, Caleb Dressel and Maximus Williamson, finding their way into the men's B final, which will come in a few minutes. In the A final, headlined by Quentin McCarty and the hometowner, Van Matthias, fresh off of a new American record, breaking his own mark in the 50 breaststroke. Now he takes to the 50 freestyle. Kai Winkler, Michael Andrew, boy, all sorts of names stacked in that A final of 50 freestylers. Isabel Stadden, your top seed in the 200 backstroke. We'll see her later on this evening. She's been on an absolute tear, moving to the 4th fastest woman in world history in the 200 backstroke. She'll be in lane 4 later this evening. David King, Gavin Keogh, Keaton Jones, JT Ewing, all chasing Cornelius Jan in the men's 200 backstroke later. Introducing a final of the women's 50 freestyle. Lane 1, Indiana University's NCAA silver medalist, Liberty Clark. Lane 2, a national championship finalist in this event out of the University of Alabama, Cadence Vincent. Lane 3, a 2-time world champion out of New York Athletic Club, Gretchen Walsh. Your top seed in lane 4, U.S. Open champion in this event from New York Athletic Club, Kate Douglas. Lane 5, the new 100 freestyle American record holder out of Greater Somerset County Y, Anna Mosch. Lane 6, European champion in this event, Kasia Vosek. Lane 7, the NCAA champion in this event from New York Athletic Club, Tori Haas. And in lane 8, Big Ten bronze medalist in this event out of Indiana University, Christina Pico. A final of the women's 50 freestyle.
Take your marks.
Kate Douglas, the fastest woman in the world this year. Anna Mosch right behind her, 24-2 for the two of them. Earlier this season, could we see some historic speed from the co-American record holders, Gretchen Walsh and Kate Douglas, in lanes 3 and 4. Walsh maybe with a slight edge on Douglas. Head-to-head, final 5 meters, Douglas with the edge. There's the touch. It's a world record! What a swim from Kate Douglas! Unbelievable! 24-20 for Anna Mosch, a PR for her by a long way. Gretchen Walsh goes a PR getting under the old American record, but breaking the pro swim, US Open, American and world record. Indianapolis, make some noise for Kate Douglas.
I'm here with the new world record holder for the 50 free, Kate Douglas. How does that sound?
I mean, wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I think I'm still in shock. I don't even know what to say.
When you touched the wall, I could read your lips, you said, "Oh my God." You looked over at Gretchen and said the same thing. What were you thinking when you saw that time?
I mean, I was really just hoping to go best time, break the American record. That's a lot faster than I ever thought it would go tonight or ever. So, wow, I'm just really excited.
Congratulations, go celebrate.
Thank you.
Swim fans, one more time, the new world record holder, Kate Douglas. All right, it's time for event number 22, the men's 50 meters freestyle. This is your B final.
Take your marks.
The Final in the water, Caleb Dressel 1, Dylan Carter 2, Yasin Alpagani in 3, Jokubas Keblis in 4, Remy Fabiani in 5, Montez Zusa in lane 6, Mikael Schroeders in 7, and Maximus Williamson in lane 8. Not often you see Caleb Dressel in an outside lane having to get there through a swim off, but that's the case, and it's another win for the American record holder. Caleb Dressel gets it done, 21:85. Another sub-22 adventure. Second place in the middle of the pool, Jokubas Keblis with a 22:22. And third, a tie between Mikael Schroeders in 22:28 fashion and Maximus Williamson. A solid B final on the guys' side. Indianapolis, are you having a lot of fun this evening already? You saw a world record. That's the best we got. Are you having a lot of fun, Indianapolis? Mids 50 free still to come. 200 backstroke, 400 freestyles still on deck. A lot more speed to be seen. Getting ready for the men's 50 freestyle pro swim record. 21:43 set by Chris Giuliano just a few months ago at our Westmont stop. Could it be in jeopardy? All sorts of records being put on blast all week long. Looking for more history here in the 50. Time to meet our AA final in lane 1. Six-time Bahamian national champion in this event from Bahamas Aquatics, Lamar Taylor. Lane 2, World Championships finalist in this event from Fast Swim Team, Santo Condorelli. Lane 3, 2024 World Championship silver medalist from MA Swim Academy, Michael Andrew. Your top seed for the ACC champion in this event from NC State University, Quentin McCarty. Lane 5 broke his own 50 breaststroke American record this week from Indiana Swim Club, Ben Matthias. In lane 6, NCAA championship finalist out of the University of Louisville, Nikita Saramed. Lane 7, a World Championships finalist from New York Athletic Club, Patrick Salmon. And in lane 8, broke the German national record in the 100 fly last night from NC State. It's Kai Winkler. A final in the men's 50 freestyle. McCarty and Matthias, both under 22 this morning. 21.81 for Quinton McCarty, missing a lifetime best by only 200ths. Matthias by less than a tenth of a second. Will it be one of them getting their hands on the wall, or could it be Cerevin or Andrew right outside those lanes? Slide edge to Van Matthias in lane number 5. Here they go to the touch. It's Van Matthias, 21.62, a huge PR for the Hoosier 25-year-old. 21.78 for Michael Andrew in second, and Quinton McCarty at 21.80. Rounding out your top 3 with some serious speed. At 21.62, climbs all the way up into a tie for 7th place in the world this year. Van Matthias continues to defy the odds and smoke all the speed.
The second win here for you, Van, and a lifetime best now in the 50 free. What was your strategy for that race, and did the time surprise you?
Just gotta get your hand on the wall first. A little out of breath, but yeah, I mean, it's just racing. It's only one length. It's not that far, so just try as hard as you can.
Rowdy made the point that you're not going to surprise anyone anymore with the week that you've had here. What do you think has been the key to the breakthrough?
I don't know. Working hard, having fun, not taking it too seriously.
Well, congratulations on another win, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Indiana University with another gold this evening, continuing a winning trend here in Indianapolis. Getting ready now for the women's 200 backstroke. Pro Swim record 203.99, U.S. Open record 203.80, American record 203.35, all 3 owned by Reagan Smith. A world record owned by Australian Kaylee McEwen. The Australians owned by the U.S. soccer team. Time now for event number 23, the women's 200 backstroke. B final.
Take your mark.
B final in the water, Delia Lloyd out of Ohio State in lane 1. Maggie Dickinson of Schroeder Swim Team in 2. Sydney Scheck of the CSP Tide Riders continues to be on a tear this week. She's in lane 3. Anna Piplowski from right here out of Indiana Swim Club in lane 4. Tess Howley of Long Island Aquatic Club in lane 5. Jenna Jorgensen of Club Husker in 6. Miranda Grana of Indiana University, another Hoosier in lane 7. And Gator Swim Club Zuri Ferguson in lane 8. Piplowski out with the early lead, 30.4 for her. This morning she was a 2:11.11, but has been under that 2:10 barrier before, as has Howley and Scheck. Piplowski's lifetime best actually in this event came at the TYR Pro Swim Series stop in Westmont just a couple of months ago. 2:08.90. She's out 1:02.64, way under that pace actually. About 0.6 of a second up on her lifetime best pace. At a 1.5 seconds up on Tess Howley, who's the next closest in lane 5. The Long Island Aquatic Club and University of Virginia 21-year-old, who was a 2:11.86, has been under 2:08 before in her career. But everybody is just watching as Piplowski just runs away with this B final. 1:34.85. at the 150 mark for Peplowski. Mind you, her PR, 2:08.90. We're way under that pace right now. Just have to finish strong for the Hoosier in lane number 4. Anna Peplowski, a conservative 2:11 this morning. She is going to destroy that time and then some. Hitting the wall at a 2:07.50, dropping a full second off of her PR. 2:10.70 for Sydney Scheck in second, a great swim, and then a 2:11.49 for Tess Halley, rounding out your top 3 in this B final. It's time, Indianapolis. Another A final on the way to the pool deck. Make some noise for the women's 200 backstroke. Introducing your A finalists in lane 1, 2022 world silver medalist in this event out of Wisconsin Aquatics, Phoebe Bacon. Lane 2, national championships bronze medalist in this event from NC State University, Leah Shackley. Lane 3, a 4-time champion at the East Junior Nationals from Lakers Swim, Riley Arisman. Your top seed in 4 and Olympic trials finalist in this event out of the Aquajet swim team, Isabel Staden. Lane 5 NCAA silver medalist in this event from Wisconsin Aquatics, Maggie Wanazek. Lane 6, the 2024 U.S. Open champion from Wolfpack Elite, Ryan White. Lane 7, the NCAA record holder and champion in this event from the TAC Titans, Claire Cousin. And in lane 8, an NCAA silver medalist, Tegan Odell. A final in the women's 200 backstroke.
Take your marks.
The trajectory of improvement for Isabel Staden has to be studied because she has been on a tear as of late. Now the 4th fastest woman in world history in this event, 2:04.37 at the Fort Lauderdale Open just a few weeks ago. But she has been improving in droves. Down in a 28.93, a really strong opening split. We'll see if she can hold that pace, but she's under PR pace early. And we've got to keep an eye on that pro swim record, 2:03.99, set by Reagan Smith back in 2024. A long way from this morning's swim, but Staden has really been cruising in the backstroke events in 2026. She's in the lead at the halfway point, out in a 59.98, right on that Pro Swim and U.S. Open record pace. Could we have more history in the making here in this A final 200 backstroke? Maggie Wanaszek having a great swim as well in lane 4, out in a 1:00.84, a PR for her in the morning at 2:08.2. But she's a half body length behind the lead of Staden in lane 4. Isabel Staden, the 23-year-old, having a spectacular year. Could she do even more? 1:32.01 at the 150. We're right on U.S. Open record pace. The fastest swim on U.S. soil in jeopardy. Could Staden continue the backstroke tear she has been on all year long with history here in Indianapolis? Under the flags, into the wall, she'll hit at a 2:04.91, winning the A final 2:06.05, a huge swim for Maggie Wanaszek, and a 2:07.00 for Riley Aerosmith. Rounding out your top 3, Aerosmith also with a massive lifetime best, 2:06.05 for Maggie Wanaszek. That moves her up into one of the top 5 200 backstrokers in the world this year, and a 2:07.0 for Aerosmith moves her up into the top 10 in the world this year. All in the same heat here in Indy, the A final of the 200 backstroke.
A second win here, first the 100 back, now the 200 back. Just off your lifetime best, you had a lead, you hung on. What were you happiest with that swim?
I think the way I fought, it hurt a little bit at the end there. And I saw Maggie on my tail there, and so I just tried to really push and give it everything I had at the end.
It seems like you've been a different swimmer since you transferred to swim over in Virginia and trained there. What's been the biggest difference in all these lifetime bests we've seen this year?
I think just swimming freely and having fun. Biggest thing is trusting in myself and my training and having my teammates by my side. So
it's absolutely paying off. Congrats again.
Thank you so much.
Halfway through our evening, men's 200 backstroke getting set to compete. Then the women's and men's 400 freestyle featuring the greatest of all time, Katie Ledecky, the top seed in that 400 freestyle. We'll see her in just a few. Men's 200 backstroke up next. This is event number 24, the men's 200 backstroke. B final. B final in the water, lane 1, David Kovash out of Indiana University. Lane 2, Michael Hunkwalt out of Sun Devil Swimming. Dustin Lasco from PDR Swimming for Success. Philip Kaczynski of the University of Louisville in lane 4. David Melnichuk Out of North Carolina Aquatic Club, he's in lane 5. Paul Moody of Great Waves Aquatics in lane 6. Chase Knopf of Northern Kentucky Clippers in lane 7. And then Denzo Senecal of the Blue Dolphins in lane 8. Lasco's got the lead out in a 27.85. He was a 2:01 this morning. Lasco has been a 1:55 before in his career. And 1:55 puts him into the top 100 all-time performers in world history, but finds himself in the B final as many of our top talent has at this very quick Indianapolis stop of the TYR Pro Swim Series. David Kovacs in lane number 1 out in a 58.29. Solid opening split from the 19-year-old out of Indiana University. Kovacs a 2:02.41 in the morning. Has broken 2 minutes before, 1:59.6, his lifetime best from the NCSA Summer Championships last July. Final turn, and this B final has really come back together as David Melnichuk takes the lead, but the top 6 in this heat only separated by half a second heading into this final 50. Now down to 25 meters to go. Maybe the edge is back in lane 3 with Destin Lasco. Kovacs in lane 1, battling as well. Kusinski, Melnichuk. Who's getting there first? Anybody's guess will do. It's going to be Lasco with a 2:00.09 by 100th of a second, ahead of David Melnichuk at 2:00.10 and a 2:00.32 for David Kovacs in lane number 1. Your top 3 here in the B final. Swim fans, make some noise. It's the A final of the men's 200 meters backstroke. Introducing your A final in lane 1, a Big Ten B finalist out of Wisconsin Aquatics, Michael Long. Lane 2, NCAA championship finalist from the University of Alabama Swim Club, Tommy Hager. Lane 3, Big 12 Conference silver medalist in this event from Sun Devil Swimming, JT Ewing. Top seed in 4, German champion in the 200 backstroke from Ohio State University, Cornelius Young. Lane 5, national championships runner-up in this event from California Aquatics, it's Keaton Jones. Lane 6, junior national champion in all 3 backstrokes last summer from NC State, it's Gavin Keogh. Lane 7, NCAA championships bronze medalist in this event out of Cavalier Aquatic, David King. And in lane 8, an NCAA silver medalist from Indiana University, Owen McDonald. A final of the men's 200 backstroke. final took a 2:00.1. 7 men under 2 minutes in the prelim session. You're watching all 7 of them right now in this A final. All these guys have been under 2 minutes multiple times in their career, with a lifetime best of Keaton Jones being the fastest in the field at 154.61. But Jones is in 6th after the 50. Cornelius Jan out at a 27.49. His lifetime best 158.01. He was 0.03 of a second off of going a PR this morning. Could he crack through to the 157 range? Not a lot of men in the world this year have been under 158. In fact, 30 or fewer have seen something with a 157 or faster at the beginning of their time. Cornelius Jan looking to join that short list of very speedy backstrokers. He's out 57.27, certainly on 157 pace at the halfway point, but now he's got to worry about Keaton Jones. Jones, 0.07 of a second back at the 100 with a 57.34 on the way out. A solid quarter of a second faster than he was in the prelim session, where he was a 158.59, almost 4 seconds off of his lifetime best. Tommy Hagar is making moves of his own in lane 2. The Crimson Tide 21-year-old, 127.38 at the 150. About a half a second faster than his morning swim, where he was 158.9. He has visited the 157 land. Here in this 200 backstroke, could he do it again? Jan, Jones, Hagar. Here comes David King in lane 7, making moves late as well. There they go to the touch. It's Keaton Jones getting it done with a 157.21. Second place goes to David King, 157.54 with a furious 29.4 on the final 50 meters to jump into second place. And then Cornelius Jan does indeed get under 158 to go 157.74, taking third here in this A final.
It was incredible closing speed over that final 50 to get the win. Keaton, walk us through that last leg.
Yeah, I think I was in a spot where I saw at the 150 I wasn't in a position where I wanted to be, so I had to turn another gear, so I was happy to be able to get on my hand on the wall first.
I know you've been talking about how good you felt this season and heading into the summer as well. What does that swim and your performances here in Indy tell you about where you are in your training?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to keep putting together a couple 157 lows, flats in season, so shows I'm in a good spot. Definitely more room to improve, so we'll be better later.
We'll keep watching. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Getting ready for the GOAT. We are headed to the 400 freestyles on both the women's and men's side. This is event number 25, women's 400 freestyle. B final.
Take your mark.
B final in the water, Vivian Zingaro out of Long Island Aquatic Club in 1. Marion Pleasure of University of Michigan swim team in lane 2. Jenna Jorgensen out of Club Husker in 3. Emma Wyan of Gator Swim Club in 4. Marie Lonzerna of City of Lafayette Aquatics in lane 5. Alex Siegel of Long Island Aquatic Club in 6. Sydney Scheck of the CSP Tide Riders in 7. And then Abby Carlson of Wisconsin Aquatics is in lane 8. Longerna in lane 5 rather, in the 1 spot, 28.91 on the opening 50 meters. Longerna, a lifetime best in the prelims, 4:13.66 for the 20-year-old out of the City of Lafayette. The Georgia Bulldog had a solid performance and continues to improve. 1:00.85 for her at the 100. Second is Jorgensen in lane 3. Sydney Scheck in lane 7, who has basically gone a best time every time she's touched the water this week, it seems, is in the mix in the 150 meter mark by 0.2 of a second. 1:33.6 for her, a 1:33.4 for Longerna in lane 5, still in the lead. But it might not be for long, as she was outsplit by 0.4 of a second by the 17-year-old in lane 7 out of the CSP Tide Riders. Here we come to the halfway point. Scheck, Longerna, Wyatt, Jorgensen, all sorts of opportunities to win this B final available. The top 6 separated by 0.8 of a second at the halfway point. A lot can change in a 400 freestyle, and expect to see more new leads, or at least opportunities at the lead on the back half of this B final. And there is your new leader. It's Emma Wyatt that takes over the top spot. The Olympic silver and bronze medalist. Side questing into the 400 freestyle, where she's been as quick as a 4:09. That PR actually came back in 2019 at the national championships. She's getting the bell, a new feature to the 400. Wyatt continues to lead. Longerna continues to sit in second, and Scheck continues to sit in third. Wyatt definitely has the ability to push pace late. We'll see if anyone can challenge her down to this final 50 meters. Jorgensen, Longerna, and Scheck pretty much dead even with each other at the final turn. 0.2 of a second separate second, third, and fourth, but they're all 3/3 of a second behind the lead of Wyatt. Can anyone make a last-minute push to the lead? Great race being turned in from all of these leaders in this B final, but it's going to be won by Emma Wyatt at a 4:11.94, a 4:12.3 for Jorgensen in second, and a 4:12.5 for Longerna, continuing a PR parade into the 4:12 territory. And a 4:13.3 for Sydney Scheck, knocking another second and a half off of her lifetime best. Your top 4 in the B final. Introducing the A final for the women's 400 freestyle. Introducing your A final in lane 1, a two-time NCAA championship finalist out of Cavalier Aquatic, Maddie Mintinko. Lane 2, Long Island Aquatic Club, two-time ACC bronze medalist this season, Kevin Gormson. Lane 3, World Championship finalist from Longhorn Aquatics, Aaron Kimmel. Lane 4, a 9-time Olympic gold medalist from Gator Swim Club, Katie Ledecky. Lane 5, an NCAA bronze medalist from Eastern Express Swim Team, Kennedy Dobson. Lane 6, three-time national championships finalist last summer from Ohio State University, Mila Nikonoroff. Lane 7, a four-time champion at the South African National Championships from South Africa, Amy Canning. And in lane 8, NCAA bronze medalist this year from Cavalier Aquatics, Katie Grimes. A final in the women's 400 freestyle.
Take your mark.
Katie Ledecky, the American record holder, 356.46 for Ledecky. The now 29-year-old out of Gator Swim Club, our top time this morning at a 4:02.48. We had a handful of women break 4:10, as well as a smattering of new lifetime bests. But it was all led by Ledecky. A common sight to see at every meet she attends. 27.7 for Ledecky on the way out already. A totally different approach to this race than in the morning. She was a conservative 2:00.8 on the opening 200 meters this morning. Flipping the script here this evening, Aaron Kimmel in lane 3 also out on a pretty aggressive opening pace, 28.1 for her to kick off this A final 400 free. Ledecky 57.5. Huge opening split from Ledecky. 59.1 from Aaron Gimmel. Also on PR pace is Gimmel. She's been as quick as a 4:05. Ledecky, the second fastest woman in the world this year at 3:59.02 in this event. And as it always seems to be, Ledecky building leads that seem almost inconceivable early in the race, and it just doesn't stop getting faster and faster and faster and further and further and further ahead of the rest of her competition. Dobson moving up into second. She's a 1:30.2 at the 150. She had a great prelims 4:09.0, but has been as quick as a 4:06 in her career. Here's the halfway point for Ledecky, out at the 200 and a 158.72. Trending right now toward a 3:59 or even a 3:58. Just depends on how much she chooses to push on this back half. It isn't needed to race the field here, but Ledecky's racing the world. And look at the lead for Ledecky in lane 4. Still 150 meters to go. 2:29.05, a 30.3 on that 50. Similar strategy to this morning. Allowed the splits to slow slightly until the halfway point and then hit the accelerator again on the back half and then just held on for that 4:02.4. Less than 10 women have been under 4:05 this year. Ledecky well on her way to doing that yet again this evening. Question is, could she break 4 minutes? It's going to be really tight. 2:59.5 at the 300-meter mark for Ledecky. A 3:03.85 for Kennedy Dobson, right on 4:06 pace for her. And Milena Konarov is making some serious moves as well. She jumps up into 6th. Katie Ledecky, 4, maybe 5 body lengths lead down to the final 50 meters, 3:30.08, a strong final 50. And she'll dip under 4 minutes yet again. We saw it turned in at the Fort Lauderdale Open back in April. The second fastest time in the world, 3:59.02. An amazing race against the Canadian McIntosh in Florida. Katie Ledecky doing Katie Ledecky things, winning, running away. She'll hit at a 3:59.51. Another sub-4 minute swim for Ledecky. 4:06.11. Kennedy Dobson goes a lifetime best by half a second. Huge swim for the Bulldog in 5. And a 4:07.27. Konarov gets under 4:10, 4:09, and 4:08 for the first time. Rounding out your top 3 here in the A final.
A 3:59, one of the fastest times in the world this year. Katie, what did you like about that swim?
I really liked my back half. I worked that this morning and just tried to use the adrenaline of a night swim to get me out a little faster tonight and tried to bring it home well.
And we've seen you swim the mile. This is the 400 free. As you're evaluating where you are, kind of pointing towards Pan Pacs, what are you seeing in your swimming?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. It's been a long year of training, just working really hard and trying to get up and race when we come to these meets. So I had yesterday off, and so I was like, I got to put together 2 good swims today. I'm getting an easy schedule here. So yeah, I was excited to race today.
I think the fans were happy as well. Congratulations, Katie.
Thank you.
Still another A final to be witnessed here this evening, and then make sure that this, after the ABs, you head to the concourse. You're not going to want to miss this autograph opportunity with national team athletes Emma Wyatt and Gretchen Walsh. It's time for event number 26, men's 400 freestyle. B final. B final in the water, Brendan Fleck out of Indiana Swim Club in lane 1. Texas A&M University's A.J. Robinson in lane 2. Greg Enoch out of the University of Louisville in 3. Ellis Creasy of Tsunami Swim Team at KC in 4. Noah Jackie of Indiana University in 5. Boilermaker Aquatics, Evan McKessie is in lane 6. Vitaly Kostin of Missouri, Florida Aquatics in 7. And Andrei Gimov out of the Czech Swimming Federation in lane 8. It's Gimov with the lead after 50 meters. 26.9 for him to kick off this B final. Gimov now in second as Evan McKessie takes over the top spot. McKessie exactly on his morning pace, which was also his PR. 3:58.17 from McKessie out in a 56.54, both then and now. 56.61 for Gimov and a 56.61 1:56.67 for Colston in lane 7. Pretty tightly bunched B final right now. The entire field separated by only about a second. 1.1 seconds if we're being precise. And another new leader, Noah Jakir in lane 5, taking over the top spot. The 19-year-old from Indiana University, now with the edge. The NCAA championship finalist in the 200 IM. Probably a little bit better known for his breaststroke ability, but here he is showing up and showing out in the 400 free, and he's our first two-touch leader at a 1:56.04. He also win a lifetime best in the morning at a 3:56.64. He's 1:56.04 this evening on the way out, which is a solid 3/4 of a second faster than his morning self. Still a lot of racing to do for Chuck here, and he's got outside smoke to deal with between Kimoff and Fleck in lanes 8 and 1. And then, of course, right next to him, Evan McKessie at a 2:26.90 is still right within striking distance. But Jakir in lane 5 has figured something out heading into the back half of this 400 freestyle. At the 200, his lead was slim. It was 0.4 of a second. At the 250, it was a full second. And now at the 300, it's going to be even more. 2:55.4 for him at the 300, a second and a half ahead of Kimoff now. 100 meters to go. Jakir in lane 5 with a huge swim brewing. 3:56.6 in the morning. The Hoosier 19-year-old could be in 3:54 territory by the end of this B final. Still a body length ahead of Andre Kimoff in lanes number 8, and then Fleck in lane 1. Here comes Ellis Creasy. He's got a lot of ground to make up, but he just split a 28.3. This would be a wild comeback, but Creasy has some wild speed on the final 50. No way that he makes up a body length lead, could he? 15 meters to go. Jakir has responded, and he's realized this is my B final. 3:53.94 for the Hoosier in lane 5. A 3:55.18 for Creasy in second, and a 3:55.81 for Andre Kimoff, your third place finisher here in this B final. Make some noise, swim fans. A final one more time, men's 400 freestyle. Swimming in your A final in lane 1, Indiana High School State Champion out of Carmel Swim Club, Trent Allen. Lane 2, a 3-time Olympic gold medalist from St. Petersburg Aquatics, Bobby Fink. Lane 3, a 2-time ACC champion this season from NC State University, Max Carlson. Lane 4, an Olympic finalist in this event from Carmel Swim Club, Aaron Shekel. Lane 5, 2-time Ivy League Conference champ from Summit Aquatic Club, Will Mulgrew. Lane 6, 2022 short course world champ in this event from Ridgefield Aquatic Club, Kieran Smith. Lane 7, a top 10 finisher in the 800 and 1500 at last summer's Nationals from Kentucky Aquatics, Carson Hick. And in lane 8, a 4-time World Cup medalist from Kendai Club, Yuki Ikari. A final of the men's 400 freestyle.
Take your mark.
3:55.43. Akari with the top time, or excuse me, with the last time to sneak in. That's how quick it was. 3:55 just to get an A final swim in this 400 freestyle, headlined by Aaron Shackle, the Olympic finalist in this event. 3:51.24 this morning. He has been as quick as a 3:45 in his career. Ikani has been out real quick before, but not this fast. A blistering opening 50 from Ikani in lane 8. He settles in after the next 50 meters and allows Eric Shackle to take over in the lead position. 54.1 for Shackle on the way out. A solid second faster than this morning's 100-meter split. And right out the gate, it's Shackle and Smith dueling at the 100-meter mark. The 1-2 combo from the 2024 Olympic trials. 1-2 right now as well, just down the road from Lucas Oil Stadium. Aaron Shackle with a quarter-second lead over Kieran Smith. 1:23.2 at the 150. The American duo in 4 and 6. Max Carlson of NC State, a rising sophomore from the Wolfpack, sitting in third at the 150. The ACC champion in the 500 freestyle, looking to make up some ground. Trailing now by almost 2 full seconds. Shackle and Smith out in a 152. Aaron Shackle did the same thing this morning. A little burst of speed on the first 50 of the second half of his 400 freestyle. It's more of the same this evening. Jumping back under 29 to go at 28.9. As Kieran Smith continues steady in the 29 low range at 29.1. Here in that long, smooth, calm, collected freestyle stroke, 29.4. He makes up a few hundredths of a second. Now the kick turns on for Shackle and Smith. Aaron Shackle breathing away from Kieran Smith while Smith is breathing towards Shackle. Aaron Shackle, 250.75 at the 300. Looking right now at a 348 type pace. He's got 0.7 of a second on Kieran. Smith with a 29.2, Shackle with a 28.9. Could the Ridgefield Aquatic Club 26-year-old make up this big gap on the final 50? Not an easy gap to overcome for Kieran Smith. To the wall they go. It'll be Aaron Shackle with the A final win, 3:48.14. A 3:48.68 for Kieran Smith in second, and a 3:50.0 for Max Carlson. Your third place finisher with a lifetime best by almost 3 full seconds for the NC State 19-year-old.
I just informed him that his sister won earlier today. So we're finishing up tonight with an interview with you, Aaron. You had the lead early and hung on there. What were you happiest with that race?
Yeah, I'm proud of the way I fought the last 150. Kieran always gives me a good challenge in that race. It's fun to go back and forth with him, but proud to get my head on the wall first today.
Aaron, last year at this pool at Nationals, you called it a reality check. What has changed in the last year for you?
Well, I think I just really wanted to take advantage of my full potential, the talent that God has given me. I don't want to put that to waste. I think before I was kind of taking the Olympics for granted and everything that came to me. And this year and in the future, I'm just going to do everything I can to take care of that or use that talent that God gave me. So.
Well, congratulations. Great swim.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, that's all the A and B finals. We still got some speed on display. We'll head to the C and D finals in just a moment. Want to let you know that in just a few minutes, you got a chance to meet some serious national team talent. Emma Wyatt and Gretchen Walsh will be out in the concourse. Meet, greet, sign, and see some of the fastest swimmers in American history. Next event is event number 19, women's 200 meters butterfly. This is your C final. It is Arnall out of Westchester Aquatic Club in lane 1. Billy Surratt of Kentucky Aquatics in lane 2. Jalen Cusack of Livonia Community Swim Club in 3. Alba Arnall of Westchester Aquatic Club in 4. Hattie Vose of Fishers Area Swimming Tigers in 5. Paige Downey of Gold Medal Swim Club in lane 6. Hannah Renaud of CSP Tide Riders in lane 7. And Academy Bullet Swim Club's Elizabeth Naraki in lane 8. Leads in 7. Renaud out in a 30.06. He was at 2:17.8 this morning. Has been 3 seconds faster than that before in her career. Here's the 100-meter mark, 104.41 for Renaud in lane 7. The Tide Rider 18-year-old, just a little bit off a PR pace, but not too much. It's Paige Downey, however, that's having a blistering paced swim here in lane 6. Out in a 104.4, only 100th of a second off of that lead pace. Downey's lifetime best, 2:15.95. She is way under that pace, however, was under the pace this morning, and it's always a hard race to hold on to. We'll see if these ladies here in the C final can do that this evening. 35.0 for Downey, a 34.6 for Jayla Cusack in lane 3. Downey trailed the leader by 100th at the 100, trails now by 200ths at the 150. Could she lead at the finish? She's in lane 6, Cusack in lane 3. Downey seems to be surging in 6. The Gold Medal Swim Club 17-year-old looking to eclipse her 2:15.95 lifetime best. She'll win the heat running away. She'll go at 2:14.45. Great swim from Downey to win this C final. D final. Scarlet Aquatics, Emma Pereira in lane 1. Caitlin Salas of the University of Louisville in 2. Andre Keat of Extreme Swim Club in lane 3. Grace Gannon of Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, the 13-year-old, in lane 4. Adair Shaw out of Ohio State in lane number 5. McKinley Kushman of Nation's Capital in 6. Emma Lembler of 757 Swim in lane 7. And Quest Swimming's Anna Snufsky in lane 8. .103.00. Salos leads at the 100. Under that PR pace, a 2:14.1. She was 2:20 this morning, looking to kind of right the ship here in lane 2 with a 2-second lead. And she in lane 3, who is out in a 1:05.1. A great opening split from the 16-year-old out of Extreme Swim Club as well. Emma Pereira capitalizes on the final 50 meters to go at 2:16.62, a lifetime best by almost a full second, winning the D final. Event 20, the men's 200 butterfly. This is the C final. See, final men's 200 fly. Maxime Skomolsov, excuse me, the Tech Titans, he's in lane 1. Noah King of Indiana University in 2. Diego Nosang of Northwestern University in lane 3. Tyler Bordak out of Hinsdale Swim Club in 4. Lane 5, Jochen Mesa out of Texas Ford Aquatics. Riker Levi of Scarlet Aquatics in lane 6. Justin Shee of Eagle Swim Team in 7. And Nathan Raridan out of Jaguar Aquatics in lane 8. .57.46. Skosomsov in lane 1, leading the way. Strong opening split. He was out aggressive this morning. But this, he's a little bit more under control. Might be the right strategy. Time will tell. Barnick in second, Mesa in third. Skosomsov in lane 1 continues to be on PR pace. 2:02.1 is that lifetime best. Getting challenged more and more by Barnick in lane 4 and Riker Levi in lane 6. Also, here comes Noah Jakir in lane 2. But Levi will take the final 50 in 31.0 and go a 2:01.35, his first sub 2:02 performance to win this C final. This is the D final. Lucas Knapp out of Nation's Capital in lane 1. Caleb Kimmett of the Nation's Capital in 2. Jersey Wahoo Alex Goodman in 3. Wilson York from Lakeside Swim Team in 4. Scarlet Aquatics Nathaniel Kern in lane 5. Alto Swim Club's Liam Custer in 6. Josh Bay out of Indiana University in 7. And Greensboro Swimming's Owen Lynn in lane 8. Josh Bay led at the 100, but now it's Nathaniel Kern that leads at the 150. Kern out in a 58.7. 31.6 on that third 50. Kern win a lifetime best this morning. He's looking for even more this evening. 2:05.5 to find his way into the D final in the morning. Wilson York also had a PR. These guys are both going to PR again. 2:02.84 for Kern. Knocking almost 3 full seconds off of his morning swim. And then a 2:03.34 for Wilson York. A full second knocked off of his PR. Great swims from the 16-year-olds in the middle of the pool. Next event, event number 21, women's 50 freestyle. C final. Michelin, Martin, Owens, Hoper, Ivan, Baccarat, Greenhot, and Mintinko. C final of the women's 50 freestyle. Close finish, but it's a 25.55 for Caitlin Owens out of Texas A&M. She drops 3/10 off of her morning swim to win the C final. This is the D final. Bell Sykes, Keene, Knudsen, Stepanek, Widows, McDaniel, Hutchinson, and Hollingsworth. This is your D final, 26:43. Earned a second swim. Willie Stepanek in lane 4. The Long Island Aquatic Club 24-year-old leads the way. She'll win the heat. She'll get under 26, 25.96. Next event number 22, men's 50 freestyle. C final. Final in the water, Kling, Seymour, King, House, Cheney, Fox, Eckler, and Tanu. 22.80 down to 22.48, the spread of times in the morning session. Adam Cheney looks like he'll have the edge in lane 5. They'll hit the wall at a 22.32. D final. Siner, Duncan, Tannery, Ida, Bear, Nicholas, Terrara, and Navakonix here in this D final, 50 free, 23.0 to 22.92. Some really tightly bunched swims in the prelims, tightly bunched here as well, 22.58. AJ Terry just blew up the D final with a huge swim. His teammates are pleased. We head now back down to the start end of the pool for the 200 backstroke. Then 23 women's 200 backstroke, C final. Ruby Grather of Kentucky Aquatics in 1, Macy DeGroot out of the Shark Swim Club in 2, Carly Afonasevich out of Phoenix Aquatic in lane 3, Emily Thompson out of Greater Somerset in lane 4, Lily Van Heel of Wisconsin Aquatics in 5, Kennedy Nutbrock of Dayton Raiders in 6, Charlotte Wilson of Cavalier Aquatics in lane 7, and Clark Deasis from Mac Carolina in lane 8. Van Heel will lead at the 100, out in a 31.1, back at 33.5 to be out in a 104.6. A PR for her this morning at 2:15.0, looking for even more speed this evening. She's about 0.5 of a second faster this evening at the halfway point than she was in the prelims. Afonasevich in lane 3 was in second at the halfway. She too was a lifetime best this morning, and just like Van Heel, is well under that PR pace this evening. Final turn, more of the same. Van Heel in the lead. However, here comes Emily Thompson, the 20-year-old out of Greater Somerset County YMCA. Now at Stanford, she is moving a 34.7 on that third 50. And now trying to pull even and race with Lily Van Heel. The Wisconsin Aquatic Badger 19-year-old in lane 5 looks to have things under control. And she'll win the C final with a 2:13.83 PR, skipping 2:14 altogether to win the C final. D final. D final, lane 1, Celia Francis out of Excel Aquatics. Lane 2 is Leah Hayes out of Cavalier Aquatics. Lane 3, Anna Hulid, the University of Michigan swim team. 4, Jake Garsteg, the NC State University. Emily Wolf of Fishers Area Swimming Tigers in lane 5. Emily Hamill of Irish Aquatics in lane 6. Leah Bosch of Carmel Swim Club in 7. And Mary Clark rounding us out in lane 8. Hayes leads in the 50, out in a 31.5. Mary Clark in second, just a few hundredths of a second behind. Hayes still with the edge at the halfway point, 105.4 at the 100, about 0.6 of a second ahead of Emily Wolf, who's out at a 106.0. Wolf will even split the rest of the way if given the opportunity. Very strong back half speed from the 17-year-old out of Fisher's Area Swimming Tigers. Hayes continues to lead, but it's only 0.2 of a second that lead as Emily Wolf continues to hold even. 33.9, 34.3 on those middle 250s. Expect for her to do more of the same on this final 50. Pushing hard as she hits the final 5 meters. She'll win the D final and post a 2:15.08, knocking another second and a half off of that PR from the prelims to win this D final. Men's 200 backstroke C final. Simone Bermudez out of NC State in lane 1. Alexander Rominski of TAC Titans in 2. Dylan Burrow out of Boilermaker Aquatics. He's in 3. Carmel Swim Club's Yi Jing in lane 4. Lane 5 is NC State University's Daniel Deal. Lane 6, Max Buff of NC State. Lane 7, Scarlet Aquatics, Anthony Rincon. And in lane 8, Hayden Hakes of the Sun Devils. 27.48, Daniel Deal leads the way after 50 meters of backstroke. Deal 57.3 at the halfway point. The 2:03.0 in the morning swim. Deal has been considerably faster. The only one in this field to be under 2 minutes, and he's been as quick as a 1:55 before in his long course 200 back career. That came in a bronze medal effort at last summer's national championships. Right now trending towards a 1:57 or a 1:58. Much more conservative second half here. Max Buff, his teammate in lane 6, is trying to reel in that lead. $2:00.41 for Deal. He went 2:01.33 for Max Buff, a PR by a second. And then 2:02.24. Alexander Rominski, the third place finish. D final. Austin Chu out of the CSP Tide Riders in lane 1. Caleb Maldari of Gator Swim Club in lane 2. Maki Norkish Kantapur in lane 3. Nate Thomas from the University of Louisville in 4. Landon Kaiser out of Wisconsin Aquatics. He's found in lane 5. Lane 6 is Kentucky Aquatics, Devin Naoras. In lane 7, Cavalier Aquatics, Thomas Mercer. And in lane 8, Bulldog Swimming's Elliott Lee. $59.0 for Thomas Mercer out of Cavalier Aquatics in lane 7. A great opening pace for him. Leading the way here in this D final. $130.3. Mercer continuing to trend toward a PR. 2:03.15, the listed lifetime best from 3 years ago. Mercer now being challenged by Landon Kaiser. Those guys will go to the flags pretty even, with Kaiser maybe taking the lead late. That is the case. 2:02.38 for Landon Kaiser, a 2:02.66 for Thomas Mercer. First time under 2:03. And a 2:03.50 for Nate Thomas. Next event 25, women's 400 freestyle. C final. C final of the women's 400 free. Summer Cardwell of the University of Louisville in lane 1. Zoe Nordman out of Northwestern University in 2. Clark Nish of Swimback Carolina in 3. Bailey Hartman of Cavalier Aquatics and Piedmont Family YMCA in 4. Natalie Gari of Nation's Capital Swim Club in 5. Claire Herfel of Northern Kentucky Clippers in 6. Ashlyn Hayes out of Fishers Area Swimming Tigers in 7. And Kentucky Aquatics Katie Jost in lane 8. Halfway, 2:05.15. Bailey Hartman leading in lane 4 by about 0.8 of a second. Final 100, Bailey Hartman continues to lead. It's only 0.6 of a second, but she's been consistently holding splits with Nordman in lane 2. That lead duo pretty much all on their own down to the final turn here. Lead waning slightly, half a second, now 3/10 of a second. Final 5 meters, and this great race will end with Hartman finding the wall first at a 4:14.07. D final. The final of the water is the ends of Wisconsin Aquatics in 1, Autumn McIntosh of Berserker Swimming in 2. Adair Shaw of Ohio State University in 3, Mike Besenson of the University of Louisville in 4, Ann Dickinson of Schroeder Swim Team in 5, Caroline Riggs out of Club Mountaineer Aquatics in 6, Emerson Callis of Quest Swimming in lane 7, and Kira Rebus of Northern Kentucky Clippers in lane 8. The final continues to be led by my peasants here out of the University of Louisville. Caroline Riggs with a really impressive final 100 meters. She'll take this D final 4:17.14. First time cracking 4:20 and 4:19 and 4:18 all at the same time, going 4:17.14 to win the D final. Next event is event number 26, men's 400 freestyle. C final. Deacon Gutschall of Tsunami Swim Team KC in lane 1. Lane 2, Tyler Kaminsky of Nation's Capital Swim Club. Lane 3, Senator Didinko of TAC Titans. Lane 4, Owen Stevens out of the University of Louisville. Diego Nosek of Northwestern University is in lane 5. Johnny Hines of Fishers Area Swimming Tigers in lane 6. Lane 7, Will Harding of 757 Swim. And in lane 8, Levi Sandage of Kentucky Aquatics. Sandage continuing to lead by quite a bit. It was 4:005 in the morning. Has been in the 3:53 range, but right now trending a little bit closer to a 3:54. .355.10, the heat win for Sandage, taking the C final. D final. Carter Hadley of Carmel Swim Club in lane 1. Doug Sims of Nation's Capital in lane 2. Gator Swim Club's Luke Corey in lane 3. Max Hatcher out of the University of Louisville in lane 4. Eddie Zhu of Carmel Swim Club in 5. Ridgefield Aquatic Club's Caleb Romero Serrano in lane 6. Lane 7 is Austin Bruford of Carmel Swim Club. And lane 8, Core Swimming's Evan Gluck. 58-78. Luke Corey gets it done in the D final and rounds out our night number 3, our world record-setting night. A great night to set up our final day of competition, kicking off tomorrow morning. Gentlemen, a heads up, the competition pool will remain closed. It will not be available for warm-up or warm-down. Thanks so much to everybody both in the room and online for joining us here on night number 3 of the 2026 Tier Pro Swim Series stop in Indianapolis. Our 4th and final day kicks off tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. 50 butterfly, 100 breaststroke, 100 freestyle, and then the 800 freestyle afternoon session, and our top seeded 800s to participate with our evening session. Could we have even more history brewing in Indianapolis? We'll see you tomorrow morning to find out.